Narasimha Caturdasi. Narasimha chanting this beautiful Nishingar Pranam. This is the bhajan that was taught to the devotees by Srila Prabhupada about how we can honor Lord Nishingadev. And of course now, not only do we chant this bhajan every single Sunday, but we also get a chance once a year to honor Lord Nishingadev. So the festivities will continue with our class and our presentation. After our class, we're going to have a nice abhishek, or a bathing ceremony of the beautiful deity of Lord Narasimha, which will happen over on the front side of the temple room. After which we'll have our 8 o'clock kirtan or arti, and then we'll have the prasadam served after that. So we'll dive into the next part of the program. We are always very humbled and honored to welcome back to Toronto our long-term friend, His Grace Rohini Priya Prabhu. Maybe we can give him a very warm welcome first of all. So as I welcome him to come on forward to join us for the class today, I'll give a more formal introduction. Rohini Prabhu is one of our very senior brahmacharis here in our movement, our international movement. And we are always very honored to have him come to Toronto. He's been visiting for a number of years. As we've mentioned in the past, Rohini Prabhu actually graduated as a doctor of medicine in India. And despite having this huge accolade, he still took to the life of Krishna consciousness and has actually given spiritual medicine to thousands, if not tens of thousands of people around the world. And he preaches in incredible programs based out of Chowpatty in India, and his travels take him all throughout the world. We are always very humbled to have him back in Toronto. He's been doing programs across the GTA. Please join me very enthusiastically to give a warm welcome to His Grace Rohini Prabhu.
की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, सिंहदेव भगवान की जय, श्री नृसिंह चतुर्दशी महामहोत्सव की जय, रजताई गौर प्रेमानंदे हरे हरि बोल। हरे अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा ददाति ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामी निधि नामे। नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशधारिणे। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। So I would like to seek the blessings of disciples of Srila Prabhupada who are present amongst us on this auspicious occasion of the appearance of Lord Narasimha Caturdasi. Vanchakalpatarubhishya kripa sindhubhyo patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. So welcome everyone to the wonderful festivities that we are holding at a temple here, Shri Radha Kshirjor Gopinath Temple. In the early 90s, there was a particular story that kept me very much awestruck. This was when I was new to our movement, International Society for Krishna Consciousness. So there was this Prabhu at one of our temples, and he said, "Let me tell you a very, very interesting story." So we are all ears for it. So said there is this young girl, a devotee girl, and somehow or the other she is in an accident. What has happened is that she is trying to cross across a street, and she stumbles, and this huge truck is rolling down the street towards her. She's like 5 years old. Her father is watching her, watches this scene from a distance, because he's engaged. Somehow she comes onto the street, and that is where her father he notices her at that moment, and he can notice a truck coming full speed towards her. And he's shocked. Somehow he starts running towards this girl, but he's late. As the girl, she She stands up and is wanting to get away from the street. The truck is upon her, and right before the truck would hit her, she shouts, "Jai Narasimha Dev." This is a story that I heard in the early 90s. It's a true story, and that is what they told me. And then the father can see his girl flying in the air and land somewhere in the bushes by the side of the street. So the truck stops after some time. Everyone is rushing towards the bushes, and especially the father is very much afraid of how his girl is going to be. Her father is a devotee. So he finds her lying in the bushes with just a few scratches. So he's amazed and he says, "Okay, Lord Narasimha Dev protected my child." The child she is remembering Krishna, she's chanting Hare Krishna, she's chanting Lord Narasimha Dev's names. So then the other people from the neighborhood and the driver of the truck, they also happened to come on the scene, and they're all amazed, how did this happen? Because the driver also could see the truck strike her. He was trying to put on his brakes, but if he had put on the brakes completely, then the trailer behind would have overturned. That would be more disastrous. So he couldn't do much. So he could see her also flying in the air, being hit by the truck. So how did this happen? And the father was saying that actually the Lord is always protecting his devotees, so this is the Lord's mercy. And the girl says, "Narasimha Dev picked me up. He picked me up with his hands and he placed me in the bushes right there." So everyone thought that the girl this is what she was hoping to happen, or this is how she was trying to come to terms with whatever had taken place. So the girl picks up a skirt and shows her stomach and the upper chest, a frock basically. She lifts it up. And she says, "No, see, I still have some scratches from his nails. His nails, against my skin. And they appeared like someone had scratched. They were like marks from the nails, somebody's nails." So that was the time when I really got hooked onto Lord Narasimha Dev for life. I'm like a Narasimha Dev addict. Wherever I can get doses of Narasimha Dev, I really am excited for it. So we are extremely fortunate that in our movement, as followers of Srila Prabhupada and Srila Rupa Goswami, we are introduced to Lord Narasimha Dev as a very loving protector, very merciful. This is a mood that has been expressed by Prahlad Maharaj himself. When Prahlad Maharaj observes Lord Narasimha's form, he says, "Your form is so beautiful. You have the sharp teeth, you have the pointed ears, you have sharp nails." Well, that seems contradictory, isn't it? If you describe a beautiful person having sharp nails, sharp teeth. However, Prahlad Maharaj has this deep love for Lord Narasimha Dev, and therefore we as followers of Srila Prabhupada, Srila Rupa Goswami, Prahlad Maharaj, we have been blessed. We have been blessed to also have a similar kind of relationship with Lord Narasimha Dev. Otherwise it's not very easy. We have a beautiful temple of Lord Narasimha Dev in Mayapur, our world headquarters. He is striking a pose of extreme anger. He's in this standing that posture. His eyes are red, his mane is really standing up. It's like when your hair stand on end, so his hair, especially on his head, the mane is standing like that. He has his mouth open, you can see his fearsome teeth. And his hands are, I mean, if you look at Krishna here, Shri Radha Kirchor Gopinath, then a child might feel like, okay, I want to go and sit in Krishna's hands. It is playing a flute. Or even Lord Ramchandra, when he's carrying his bow and arrow, the bows on his back, the arrows on his back and the bow in his hand. One would feel like this posture of giving blessings. So one feels like, okay, let me go and take shelter in his lotus hand. But when we come to Mayapur, Lord Narasimha has his hands like this. He's ready to tear someone apart. Now, if we do not have the proper understanding, it's very difficult to actually, visualize that we are standing under those hands, seeking shelter. Because there can be a doubt. What if his hands suddenly start moving and fall on us? Or his mouth is agape like that, open with really sharp pointed teeth. Once there are two occasions, let me explain what happened in Mayapur. Once Lord Narasimha needed some dental work. It is true. In Mayapur, he needed some dental work. So one of our devotees from Bombay, who was a dentist, was invited by Jananiva's Prabhu to take his dental measurements. So he had the opportunity to put his hand in Lord Narasimha's mouth and actually take measurements for his teeth. Now what if Lord Narasimha decides, okay, let me just close it? It's not easy, isn't it? We really need a proper understanding, conviction to approach the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So, Lord Chaitanya repeated a prayer that was offered by Sridhar Goswami originally, the commentator on the Srimad Bhagavatam. This prayer, I personally like it very much, since Lord Chaitanya also, with his lotus mount, he offered this prayer to Lord Narasimha in South India. Ubro Byubro Evayam Sabhatanam Vikeshari Keshari Vasabhutanam Annesham Ugra Vikrama. Sridhar Swami is saying that, my dear Lord, your fearsome looks are simply because you are anxious to protect your devotees. Now imagine if we have a protector that is very mild looking. Like, someone is there, a bodyguard, and he has a flower in his ear, and he's looking so compassionate, or let's say so mild mannered, very mild mannered, like, how can I serve you and what can I do for you? Doesn't inspire confidence in the protection. But you have someone like Lord Narasimha there protecting you. You're like, yeah buddy, come on, let's go. Isn't it? I'm sure. Yes. So he says, you're fearsome because you're always anxious to protect your devotees. And hence, just like a lioness is always protective of cubs and strikes a fearful pose for outsiders. But towards her cubs, she is very gentle. Similarly, my dear Lord, you are always gentle towards your devotees. Jai Shri Shri Gauranitai Jai Shri Shri Jagannath Gurudeva Subhadramani Jai Radha Gopinath Jai. So, this is a wonderful launch pad where we can try and jump into the various perspectives that are available, that can be understood from this incident in the Srimad Bhagavatam, the narration on Lord Narasimha Dev's pastimes. This entire pastime began with a doubt being expressed by Yudhishthira Maharaj of Narada Muni. Narada Muni was asking of Yudhishthira Maharaj Yudhishthira Maharaj was asking of Narada Muni that, my dear sir, is the Supreme Lord neutral? Does he care for everyone, or does he have certain biases? Basically, in today's context, it would be, is the Lord secular or is he racial? Does he have some racial bias? Because, is it especially bias towards devotees as a race, and the non-devotees he really hates? Is he a racist? Is Krishna a racist? So it's a very important question. It's not that Yudhishthira Maharaj wants to ask that question. He has no doubts in his mind. But he wants to clarify it for all times to come. That we may rest in peace. And even though we accept that the Lord is specially protective of his devotees, is not a racist. That's not who he is. And for his devotees, yes, I'm all ready to protect them. And for the others, who cares? Whatever. That's not his attitude. So the various perspectives that are afforded, that are available to this pastime, basically, a perspective that can be understood from the qualities of Prahlad, which is attitude. That which will be understood by the character, by understanding the character of Hiranyakashipu, and finally the Supreme Lord himself. So what is Prahlad Maharaj's character? Let us see. See, Prahlad Maharaj, it would be very correct on his part if at any point of time he had called 911 and says, I want social security, I want to move to a foster home. I mean, he would have had ample reasons for that, wasn't it? Right before, even before he was born, practically. His father was not there to protect him. The family was not around when he was in the womb of his mother. Where was his father? Father had gone abroad in search of a job. Better prospects. He had gone to do tapasya in the Himalayan mountains. How long? 10,000 years, celestial years. And then, all the people that his father had made enemies of, they all took this opportunity to take back what was theirs. Hiranyakashipu had looted the entire universe. He wasn't ready to share anything with anyone. So everyone was simply waiting for an opportunity where Hiranyakashipu would no longer be there and they would take back that which was theirs. So all the demigods in the universe, they came to the palace of Hiranyakashipu and they captured his wife Prayadu. Imagine if Prahlad, would it be wrong if Prahlad Maharaj would, since after his birth he was educated in his family history, he would have accepted this belief, this attitude, I hate the demigods. Because he had ample reason for it. They had come to harm his mother and him too. And he could have, as soon as it was possible for him, he could have sat on the internet, opened up so many forums, and he could have blasphemed the demigods. They are nonsense, they did this, do you know, how do you even explain this? They are, so many words he could have used. Who could have said that Prahlad was wrong? Growing up, Prahlad situations where all the people that were around him, they considered him to be an untouchable. Everyone was warned, don't stay with him. He is a Vishnu addict. His friends, his teachers, his family members, his father, his mother, his brothers, over a period of time, slowly, he was like the black swan, the odd man out. Is it easy to exist like that? I mean, he should have had so many psychological problems. Yes. And his entire life should have been just taking counseling, therapy. And it would be perfectly right because he underwent so much trauma. Mentally, physically. But what is Prahlad Maharaj's view? What is his perspective? Somehow or the other, Prahlad Maharaj has got a delete somewhere within himself. And he has time and time again always deleted any such which he considered unfavorable moments of his life. You see, it's a sharp contrast to how generally people in this world behave. Generally we forget over a period of time the happy moments, the moments of being grateful in our life, but the impressions of whenever we have been wronged against, those are very prominent in our lives. Prahlad Maharaj had this delete button in his character, in his personality. There is a Puranic reference to this. Somebody asked Prahlad Maharaj once, "My dear Prahlad, when you were fed poison, were you fearful of your life?" And said, "No." Why? I mean, why don't you fearful for your life? The poison is not going to become nectar for you. And that is intense pain. Poison in my hand became nectar for my... Something. No, it doesn't happen like that. Prahlad Maharaj did not have a wand that would zap it. He didn't have any of such tools with him. He did not have iPad where he could go on and check out how to counteract the effects of poison. No. He was just a simple young boy, innocent boy. Weren't you afraid when you were fed poison? And he was consciously given, he knew that he was being fed poison. Somebody came up to him and said, Prahlad, and Prahlad is not like Aristotle, you know. That's Aristotle. Maybe I'm mixing up my Greek teachers here. Socrates, thank you. Yeah, Socrates. It's not like Socrates, I know that I am the soul. This is 5-year-old. Socrates was quite mature in his age. So Prahlad Maharaj, here is poison, you have to drink it. He says, okay, drinks it. Nothing happens, obviously. So Prahlad, didn't you feel fear? He said, no, I didn't feel fear because poison is my maternal uncle. He said, what? How's that? He says, well, Lord Krishna is my father, Vishnu is my father. Therefore, my mother is Lakshmi, Devi, the goddess of fortune. And the goddess of fortune appeared from the ocean of milk, and from the same ocean, poison was born. So they are related. They are brothers and sisters. So why should one be fearful of one's maternal uncle? See the delete button? See how Prahlad Maharaj's perspective is completely different. It's unique. It's one of its kind. We are so fortunate that we have this facility to understand Prahlad Maharaj's perspective, his attitude. But that's not all. That is all that is very impressive. There's more. his father and all of his father's followers, practically everyone, it is explained that when Hiranyakashipu would simply sometimes move his eyebrows, and Hiranyakashipu didn't have any intent on some agenda when he would move his eyebrows. Just like that. And all the controllers of the universe would tremble in fear. Oh my God, maybe he shouldn't single us out and meant us out some punishment. They were fearful like that. Everyone, there was no one practically was ready to say, I will be the defense counsel for Prahalad. He did not have any counsel. No one was ready to defend him. No one dared defend him. It was specifically targeted. It was as if his father had all of this mystical weapons and other facilities, and he was using them with one intent: just obliterate Prahalad from the face of this planet, of this earth, of this universe. Just finish him. And when Lord Narasimha asked him to ask for a boon, Prahlad Maharaj's first concern was, my dear Lord, although my father hated you, but he always intended good for me. Therefore I request you, please forgive him. Now, is Prahlad like really weird or something? A 5-year-old boy is not supposed to be like that. Not especially when one is being hurt again and again and again. So that's another impressive quality of Prahlad Maharaj. That he did not forgive his father out of an act of forgiveness. Oh, okay, well, anyways, he did bad for me, so it's alright. I am not he, I am not my father, therefore I forgive him. That was not why he was forgiving his father. He said, my father intended good for me, but then he was misled. He did not have the right information. He didn't actually know what was really good for me. He intended me to have good facilities. He wanted me to be better than him. He wanted me to be as powerful as him. Therefore he sent me to the best school. He told my teachers to specifically take special coaching classes for me. And that's why he said, that's why he felt that the Lord must forgive me. He said, my dear Lord, he hated you. Therefore, obviously, if you hit back, it's okay. That's alright. That's the reaction that he gets for hitting you. This is my request. My father actually intended good for me. Therefore, I ask you, please forgive me. Another perspective. Under the most trying circumstances, when his father is like so frustrated, Prahlad, have you ever seen fathers frustrated with their children? When they get frustrated, they really sometimes don't realize what their actions might result in. Because they're completely off. They become mad with frustration. They may hit out, they may lash out, they may do so many things. They could. Elders can do that because they're frustrated. When they're frustrated, they're not in the right consciousness. They're not really discriminating. And the brunt of that frustration can be felt by the child. So here is Hiranyakashipu in sheer frustration. Like he's tried again and again to hurt Prahlad, to kill him. And finally when he's not able to kill him, he says, Prahlad, how is it that you're so fearless? Where do you get your power from? I mean, all these shopping marts here, all the outlets here, Because all I have in my city is Hiranyakashipu marts. The Kashipu marts are there. Where? And he says, my dear father, the very source of your power, from where you get your power, your abilities, is the source of my power too. That's how it is. So anyways, I'm really very sorry because I came in late. But these are certain things that we can learn from Prahlad Maharaj. Prahlad Maharaj is very confident of who is the source of all. Krishna. He was always confident that Krishna protects everyone, and therefore he could actually ask Krishna, please forgive my father too. He was always grateful. He looked at the intent, not at how the person interacted with them, but he looked at the intent. And the intention was always good. He considered his father was always going to be good for him. Now call this optimism, call it being positive, or call it being a devotee. Whatever it is. These tools are available for us too. And in Krishna consciousness, such gratitude, such confidence, determination, faith, and remembrance of Krishna is very helpful. So as I said, please forgive me because I arrived a bit late. We have to end the program on time. Just right now, Sandhya time dusk is approaching. Lord Narasimha is going to make his appearance, and therefore we'd like to welcome him right now. But we would like to do that by cooling him down. But Abhishek, there's Abhishek right now. So when he appears, he's always, he's in the mood of, hey, it's cool. So let's welcome our very own cool Narasimha Dev. Narasimha Dev Bhagwan ki jai, Prahlad Maharaj ki jai, Shri Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna.
Sharadendu down.